Morning homeroom. Miss Tanaka, the homeroom teacher, picked up her attendance sheet and began the daily roll call.
Ren, Sato, Suzuki, Yuki, absent. Honestly, I've forgotten what she looks like.
She glanced at the desk by the window where a student named Yuki should have been. In her eyes, it was empty.
But she's sitting right there. How can she not see her? Nobody else reacts. It's like she's invisible to everyone but me.
Yuki sat motionless at her desk, her long translucent hair a veil around her ghostly pale face. She seemed to be holding her breath. Then, as if sensing the weight of a stare, she slowly lifted her head. Her enormous pale blue eyes, brimming with tears, met Ren's. A fragile question formed on her lips, but no sound came. Ren knew with chilling certainty that he was the only one who could see her, and he had no idea why, after class, the hallway flooded with students, but Yuki walked alone. Not a single person glanced her way. Ren spotted her and followed.
Yuki, wait.
You can see me?
Of course I can. Why wouldn't I? In class, everyone acted like you weren't there. But I see you.
I started to think I'd become completely invisible. For weeks, people have just looked right through me.
Weeks? How long has she been enduring this alone? Then I'll make sure they see you. Starting right now. I won't ignore you.
Why? No one ever. They all just forget.
Forget them. You are here, and that's what matters.
In that busy hallway, no one else noticed, but for Yuki, it was the first real human contact in months, and Ren had just made a promise he would never break. From that day on, Ren watched Yuki like a beacon, but the world continued to look right through her.
Ren, you coming to the rooftop for lunch? Akari saved your favorite spot. Hey, what are you staring at? There's nothing there.
Nothing. She's right beside you. How is this possible?
Later, in the library, Yuki reached for a history book. A girl named Akari slid it right out of her grasp, completely unaware.
It's like I am nothing. Not even worth a glance.
Yuki, does this happen every day? Even when you try to be noticed?
Every day, I've screamed, I've waved, I've jumped in front of people. They just don't register.
I can't just stand by. There has to be a reason why I am the only one who sees her.
The erasure was systematic, total. Ren decided he would dig until he uncovered the truth buried beneath everyone's blindness. The next morning, Ren went straight to the school administration office. He needed to see Yuki's student file.
I'd like to check the records for a student. Her name is Yuki.
The clerk typed into the computer, then shook her head. There was no student by that name in the system.
No digital trace. Maybe the physical records still hold her name.
He pulled out the old yearbooks. In the class photo, there was an empty space where a girl should have stood. Then, in a dusty binder, he found a faded attendance log from 2 years prior. Yuki's name was there.
She existed. This is proof. I'm not imagining things.
Clutching the log, Ren walked to the faculty room. Miss Tanaka was grading papers. He placed the page on her desk.
You said Yuki was absent. This log proves she was a student here. Why can't anyone remember her?
That name. I barely recall it. Probably a transfer who left years ago. Don't dwell on the past, Ren.
She didn't transfer. She's sitting in class every day. You look right at her, but you don't see.
I don't know what you want me to say. There's no record of her currently enrolled.
For the briefest moment, a flicker of recognition crossed Tanaka's eyes. The faint image of a quiet girl with pale hair, sitting by the window.
Number that doesn't make sense. I would have noticed a student missing for this long.
She can't hold it. The memory slips away as soon as it surfaces. You just remembered, didn't you? For a second, you saw her.
I have work to do. Please leave your concerns with the office.
Ren walked out, defeated. In the hallway, Yuki was waiting, her ghostly form leaning against the wall.
It's always like this. Even when someone almost remembers, it vanishes in seconds.
The erasure wasn't ignorance. It was an active force, resetting the world's memory the moment it was challenged. and Ren had no idea how to fight it. Ren led Yuki to the rooftop, the only place they could speak without prying eyes. The setting sun cast long shadows.
You said it's been weeks, but has something like this happened before? Even when you were little?
Not like this. Before, I was just overlooked. At home, I learned to be silent so my mother wouldn't notice me. In a house full of shouting, being invisible was safer. At school, I just never spoke up. I became the girl no one remembered. I thought it was a skill, a way to avoid pain. But lately, it's like the world agreed. I am not just overlooked, I am gone.
Ren's eyes widened. Yuki's hand resting on the bench was fading, the wood visible right through her skin.
Yuki, your hand. It's like you are disappearing physically.
It's been getting worse. I feel lighter every day. Like I might just vanish.
Number, I won't let that happen. There has to be a reason you are still here, and I am the only one who can see you.
The sun dipped below the skyline. In the growing darkness, Yuki's fading body was a silent countdown, and Ren swore he would find the answer before the clock hit 0. That night, Ren sat hunched over his computer, searching every medical database he could find. Buried in a psychological journal was a case study on dissociative fading syndrome. The study described patients who, after prolonged neglect, become physically unnoticed, their bodies fading from perception, then reality.
This matches Yuki perfectly. Her home life, her silence. It's a self-inflicted erasure.
The next morning, Ren found Yuki on the rooftop, her figure more ghost-like than ever.
Yuki, I looked up your symptoms. There's a condition called dissociative fading syndrome. It's psychological, not supernatural.
A syndrome? You are saying I am sick? That can't be. I've always been this way.
It's caused by extreme neglect. Your mind made you invisible to cope.
If it's an illness, then why can you still see me? And why can't anyone else?
Ren had no answer. But for the first time, the impossible had a name, and that was a start. The next day, Ren approached Yuki before class. He had a theory. If attention anchored her, he would force the world to pay attention.
Today, when Miss Tanaka asks for project partners, I am going to say your name. Stay close.
But she won't hear you. Even if she did, it never lasts.
Homeroom began. Miss Tanaka announced the group project, and Ren's hand shot up.
Yes, Ren, you have a partner in mind?
I'll work with Yuki. She's right here.
Yuki? Fine. Yuki, work with Ren. Class, find your partners.
For a split second, Yuki's outline sharpened. A few classmates squinted as if seeing a ghost take form. But then her edges blurred again.
It worked, but only for a moment. I need something bigger.
The attention was a spark, extinguished too quickly. One voice wasn't enough to save Yuki. Ren would need an entire chorus after school. Ren insisted on walking Yuki home. The quiet streets grew shabbier, and Yuki's steps slowed.
You shouldn't come inside. My mother won't even notice you.
That's exactly why I need to see it for myself.
They stepped into a dim living room. A woman sat watching television. Yuki stood directly in front of her, but her eyes slid past.
Mom, I am home.
The woman didn't flinch. She changed the channel as if the room were empty.
She's invisible even here. This is where it all started.
For years, I've been like furniture. She stopped seeing me when I was 10.
No more. I am getting you out of here tonight.
The faded walls of that house held the blueprint of Yuki's erasure. Ren finally understood the enemy he was fighting. They walked in silence. Yuki stopped, tears finally breaking free.
I made myself invisible on purpose. If they couldn't see me, they couldn't hurt me. Every day I chipped away at myself. My voice, my face, until I was nothing.
She erased herself to survive, and it worked too well.
I never imagined someone would notice I was missing, but you did.
I'll never stop looking. You are not invisible to me, Yuki. I'll make the world see you again. That's my promise.
His words were a lifeline thrown into the void. Yuki's fading form flickered, a little more solid. The boy who wouldn't look away, the girl who taught the world to overlook her. Their fates were now bound. Ren wasn't just fighting an illness. He was fighting years of self-erasure with nothing but his own refusal to forget. Ren found Takumi and Akari in the bustling hall. He pulled them aside with an urgent tone.
I need you to hear me out. There's a girl in our class, Yuki. She's disappearing, but I can see her.
Yuki. That name doesn't ring a bell. Are you messing with us?
Wait. Long whitish hair, always by the window? That feels familiar.
Yuki stood motionless beside them, but neither of their gazes landed on her directly.
She sits in the corner seat. Everyone ignores her, but I've been talking to her for days.
Akari's fingers twitched. An image surfaced, a girl in last year's class photo, now conspicuously absent.
I think I remember her. We did a project once. You remember me?
Yuki's outline sharpened, as if the single thread of memory pulled her back into the world. Ren produced the old yearbook photo and the dusty attendance log, showing Akari the space where Yuki should have been.
I remember now. We sat next to each other in first year. Our group project on the solar system. How could I forget?
I am starting to remember too. She was always so quiet, I just stopped noticing.
Yuki listened, her form flickering like a candle, fighting a strong wind.
Will you help me? I need people to acknowledge her, to call her name.
Yes. We'll make sure she's seen. From now on, Yuki won't be invisible.
The next day at lunch, Ren, Takumi, and Akari deliberately sat with Yuki, including her in every conversation.
Yuki, do you want to join our study group after school? We could use your notes.
With every word directed at her, Yuki's transparency lessened. She wasn't just a ghost anymore. She was becoming a girl again.
It's working. We can bring her back, one voice at a time.
The small victories weren't enough. Ren decided to force the entire class to see Yuki during a literature presentation.
Any volunteers for today's poem analysis? Ren, with a partner?
Yes, I'll present with Yuki. She's right beside me.
Fine. Come up, but make it quick.
Ren walked to the front. Yuki moved beside him, her steps silent. A few students snickered at empty space.
The poem is about loneliness, about being unseen.
As Ren recited, the classroom air shifted. Eyes widened, as if a film lifted. They could almost see a pale-haired girl.
They see me. They really see me.
Then the bell screamed. The trance shattered. Students blinked, confusion flooding back. Yuki vanished from their sight.
Number. It's worse now. Like the window to her just slammed shut.
Ren found her on the rooftop, her shape dissolving into the sunset like morning mist.
Just let me go. I am not worth this fight.
Don't say that. I promised I'd bring you back.
She grew fainter. Unless his hand touched hers, he could see right through her.
Even if you save me, what then? My mother won't change. The world will forget again.
Then I'll make them remember every single day. There's a festival in a week. The whole school will be at the assembly. I'll use that stage. I'll shout your name until they can't ignore you.
They'll think you are crazy. You'll be humiliated.
I don't care. If being a fool saves you, I'll be the biggest fool in this school.
Ren had made his irreversible choice. The world's blindness wouldn't stop him. He would force it to see. The week before the festival blurred. Yuki became a ghost, even to Ren. His voice the only thread keeping her in this world.
Ren, I am trying, but I keep forgetting her name. It's like sand through fingers.
I remember she helped me once, but I can't picture her face. It's like she's being erased.
The halls whispered. Ren talks to air, to an imaginary friend. The mockery was a constant hum.
Let them talk. Their blindness doesn't define her.
Ren, if tomorrow fails, promise you'll let me go. Don't throw your life away.
I won't make that promise, because tomorrow they will see you. Takumi, Akari, make sure everyone is in the assembly hall. I'll need every pair of eyes.
The night before the festival, Yuki was a whisper, a flicker of starlight that only he could see. Ren stared at the stage he would storm tomorrow. One boy against an entire world's forgetfulness. The festival assembly began. Hundreds of students filled the hall, chattering, unaware of the storm about to strike. Before the principal could speak, Ren slipped onto the stage, heart pounding, and seized the microphone.
Yuki, I know you've forgotten her. A girl with pale hair, blue eyes, who sits by the window every day. She exists.
Beside him, Yuki flickered into view. A girl made of glass and tears, her mouth forming a silent cry.
Look at her. She's been here all along. Don't look away.
The auditorium erupted in confused murmurs. Some laughed, but others squinted, as if seeing a shape in fog.
Ren, this is a serious breach. Step down immediately.
They see me. Some of them really see me.
In the crowd, Akari clutched her head, a memory surging. Takumi nodded, ready to rise. Security moved forward, but for a fleeting second, the air shifted. The wall between worlds had cracked. A girl in the third row shot to her feet. I remember. Pale hair, blue eyes. She helped me in the library last year. Another voice pierced the murmur. She lent me her history notes when I was out sick. I can see her now. Fragments of memory burst like fireworks across the crowd. Yuki's form brightened, the hollow edges filling with color.
Enough. This is a school event, not a circus. Security, remove him at once.
You won't touch him. She's our classmate. I worked with Yuki on the solar system project.
Remember who you are. She sat in our class for years. Don't let her fade again.
I can feel them. It's like waking up.
Dozens of students now rose, their faces alight with remembrance. The air crackled with a collective truth. The yearbook photo in Ren's pocket seemed to burn. The empty space finally filled by a girl made real. Security halted. The principal's objections drowned. For the first time, Ren's truth was louder than their blindness. Miss Tanaka, frozen until now, stared at the girl on stage. A dam broke inside her.
Yuki, you were my student. The quiet one who always turned in perfect work. How could I forget?
She walked onto the stage, her authoritative mask crumbling.
Ren, I owe you an apology. You were right all along. She was never a ghost. She was simply ignored.
Miss Tanaka, you remember me?
Yuki's form solidified completely. The last traces of transparency vanished as tears tracked down her cheeks. The hall erupted, not in chaos, but in a wave of recognition, greetings, and long overdue apologies. Takumi and Akari rushed to the stage, embracing Yuki as if she'd returned from a long journey.
I told you. I promised I'd make them see.
The boy who wouldn't look away had brought a forgotten girl back to life, one act of attention at a time. The assembly hall slowly emptied, but a small crowd lingered around Yuki, voices overlapping with apologies.
Yuki, I am so sorry I forgot you. I should have noticed.
You helped me so many times, and I never said thank you. I am just glad you are back.
Yuki stood at the center of it all, tears streaming, her voice cracking as she tried to absorb the sudden attention.
I never thought anyone would notice I was gone.
Ren leaned against the wall, exhaustion in every inch of his frame, but a quiet smile tugged at his lips.
She did it. She's really here.
The principal pulled Miss Tanaka aside, his frown deep, but after a brief exchange, he nodded reluctantly.
Ren, the principal has decided no disciplinary action, but don't ever pull a stunt like that again.
And for the first time in years, Yuki walked through the halls, not as a ghost, but as a girl who was finally seen. As the sun dipped low, Ren found her on the rooftop, her white hair catching the last golden rays.
I never got to say it properly. Thank you for everything.
You don't have to thank me. I just did what anyone would do.
But that's just it. Nobody did. Not my mother, not the teachers, not our classmates. For years, I made myself disappear, and the world agreed. But you looked at me. You didn't look away.
Maybe the world just needed a reminder. I am just stubborn.
A comfortable silence settled over them, filled only by the distant hum of the city and the fading light.
Besides, someone had to be the first to see you. Might as well be me.
I am glad it was you.
High above the school, on that quiet rooftop, the girl who was nearly forgotten was finally completely seen. The next morning, Yuki entered the classroom to a chorus of "Good morning, Yuki," as if she'd always been there.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be back.
Ren watched from his desk, the exhaustion finally lifting, replaced by a quiet pride. After school, Ren walked Yuki home. The tired house looked unchanged. Inside, her mother sat in the same spot, eyes glued to the television.
Mom, I am home. She still doesn't see me, but it doesn't hurt the same way anymore.
Because you know you are not invisible, not where it matters.
I'll keep trying. Maybe one day she'll notice. But even if she doesn't, I have people who do.
They stepped back into the evening light, the door closing behind them. The road ahead was long, but for the first time, Yuki knew she wouldn't walk it alone. In the days that followed, normalcy returned. But sometimes, a teacher would still glance at the roll and pause at an empty name. Some classmates had to think twice before remembering the girl by the window.
The battle isn't over, but every time I look at her, she becomes a little more real.
Ren, is it weird that I sometimes still feel like a shadow?
Maybe, but shadows are proof you exist, and you are not alone in this.
They continued down the familiar road, the city hum around them a quiet witness to the weight of what they had overcome.
I'll be here. Even if the world forgets again, I won't.
Yuki's smile was small but full, a quiet declaration that this time she would stay. The boy who refused to look away had become her anchor, and he would spend every day making sure she never faded again. In a world full of forgetfulness, he had chosen to remember, and that made all the difference.